Hey guys, it's Chris, the Tiny House Guy, and I'm here to do my big camper reveal for you. I'm parked here next to this swamp, and I've got my 2019 Toyota Tacoma. This is a TRD off-road package, which means it's got a locking rear differential, a bunch of electronic gizmos to aid with traction. I have equipped it with some rock sliders to help protect the underside. I've got BF Goodrich KO2s, 265/75/16s, which are an inch taller than stock. Gives me a ½ inch of lift. I've got a aluminum TRD skid plate underneath to protect the. So this is the crew cab version. So I have 4 doors, but I have removed the 2 back seats to make room for storage. I have a rear seat delete, so it has a deck in there for lots of storage. Camper itself is just under 700 pounds. The clearance from the ground is about 9 foot 6 inches is what I use in my head, so that way I never hit anything. But in reality, I could probably squeak by like 9 foot 2 inches, that kind of thing. It's 78 inches wide by 98 inches long if you include the sleeping area, and it fits perfectly inside the bed. I'm able to close the tailgate, and it's a very nice compact little package. So let's give you a little walk around the camper. First thing you see, we're using these are acrylic double pane windows that I got from an eBay seller. The outside of this is liquid rubber roof. It's painted on. Underneath this liquid rubber roof, there's 5mm plywood with a foam core. The framing of it is made out of Douglas fir, and the whole thing is held together with steel rods to give it structure. Again, in the front, we've got our double pane acrylic window. Both of these windows flip out, tilt out, so if I needed to escape in an emergency, I could crawl out that window if I wanted to. We've got right here, we have a 6-inch vent fan, which is very similar to what you would have in a regular full-size RV for the shower unit. And right next to it is a port if I ever install the optional chimney wood stove. It's for the chimney for the wood stove. Out here on the side, we've got a 2-pin solar panel plug, and then of course your standard AC plug to charge up things. And then over here, behind next to the window, we have this port that screws out, and I use this to attach for the cable for the Starlink dish. And the Starlink dish mounts right up here, stick it into this thing, and then tighten it up, and it sits right in front here and can find satellites to give me internet access. On the back here, we've got my nice Bigfoot decals. Of course, the frogs are making all kinds of noise now that we've started recording, which is great. This tailgate flips right down here. That, and this port is the exhaust for the air conditioner if I choose to install it. Right now it's optional, so I don't put it in. We got 2 tie downs right here that strap it to the frame. And this isn't a very heavy camper, so I don't have very super heavy duty tie downs. And then of course we've got a thing to hold the door back. And on the roof, let me see if I can raise you up with my tripod here. And you'll see that I have 400 watts of solar panels up here, along with a couple of cameras, which I will show you the monitor inside. And then of course I've got the, that's a solar powered motion light. It works really nice. And coming along the back, let's take a look here. So the tailgate is down. I got my mud mat there to scrape some mud off my feet, because RVs get really messy with your sand off your feet. I just use a little foldable step stool to get in here as sort of a first step. So when you walk in, first thing you notice, this is a standard RV door. It's equipped with a deadbolt, so you can lock it shut if you want. Otherwise, it's pretty standard for most RVs you're gonna find. Little grab handle to get in. And first thing you're gonna notice is my mud room is actually kind of doubles as my shower. There's a lot of dirt under there, but that's the drain. Water from this drain sort of just underneath the truck onto the ground or into a catch basin if that's what I want to do. All right, so let's take a look at my kitchen. Kitchen starts with a sink, just a little sink with a stopper to stop up the water if I wanted to. This is a kind of a nice teak countertop. Over here I've got a small mini micro toaster oven, which is just big enough to toast English muffins in the morning. We got some under counter drawer storage here, various things in there. This was, if you can't really tell, this was actually made with a laser cutter, tongue and groove kind of thing. So if you go look up there, we got storage up here, paper plates, whatnot, hooks or whatever to hold pans. Of course, you have to have those elastic storage nets. Coming down here, we've got our fridge, which is a pretty good sized fridge. Actually, it's a little bigger than a 6-pack of whatever beverage is your favorite. That's that. Of course, we got some more storage under here. Kind of nice. And then underneath, which is the area I call the pantry, which actually, do I have a light up here? I do have a light up here. How about that? Of course, it doesn't work. Anyway, so I got just a wire basket and place to store various things. That is my water system, which is it's called a rinse kit. Contains a battery, a pump, and you can put 4 gallons of water in that thing. And this right here is the temperature and battery indicator. Right now it's saying 59.7 degrees, so it's cold water in there. But you could put hot water in there if you wanted to for a shower. You could pick this whole thing up and you can put it out on the tailgate and let the sun warm it up and kind of use it like a solar shower if you like. And this is has kind of a standard garden hose kind of thing, which you can sort of do whatever you got to do there. And then I also use it for, if you wanted to hook it up here, you could hook it up here and sort of use it as a shower. So you can stand in the shower with the shower curtain pulled out. The shower curtain hooks up with magnets on the ceiling here, and also down on the floor there's magnets. And so you could shower off with this. This whole area is all the liquid rubber roof coated, so it's reasonably waterproof. I probably still don't want water splashing all over the place, but it's pretty good. Okay, and opposite my kitchen, I have what I call the seating area. I have some cushions on here. These are outdoor cushions like you'd use in your patio furniture. I have a lagoon table. This right here pops out. It's just sort of held on with magnets. And this is the other side of my lagoon table, which can go on here. So there's my lagoon table, which can swivel around and do all kinds of different things. And then in there, I've got a little closet with, it looks like toilet paper, paper towels, rags, that kind of stuff. Just a little storage area. And above the bathroom, we've got some more wire racks with wet ones, which are pretty popular. And of course, in case you were wondering, well, I'm sure you're wondering, I have a toilet. This is a cassette toilet. Sort of you fill it with 5 gallons of water in the top, put some odorizer things in the bottom, and it's a cassette toilet. It's really easy and works great. It's a little better than a bucket, I would say. Okay, and for entertainment, I of course have your obligatory, I think it's probably a 19-inch LCD television, and of course I have, like most RVs, you end up with this rat's nest of wires, but contained within mine is the Blue 80 charger, there's a Starlink router, and just a bunch of wires and things, connections. I've got a little switch which allows me to flip between outside AC, nothing connected at all to AC, and then that's the inverter that powers all the AC. I have a outside monitor that you can see from in here. There's 2 cameras on the roof. You can see through that little monitor. And I got a little switch panel over here, which allows me to turn on, as you can hear, fans, and this allows me to turn on the cameras. And then down here, we are using a Blue 80 power station. So the bottom, this one here, is the main base station. It's 2 kilowatt hours of lithium battery, has AC output, DC output, all kinds of stuff, USB outputs, whatever you want. And then up here is another 2 kilowatts of battery. So totally I've got 4 kilowatts of lithium batteries that powers all of this stuff. And of course the Blue 80 system has lots of solar inputs, and so I have the 400 watts of solar that go up on the roof that connect to it, and they also have 200 more watts, 220 watts that I can put externally. So overall, I can get 600 watts of input to this. And let's talk a little bit about storage. I have some bonus storage areas here, so these things come off, and I use this one for remote controls. That one's not very deep. And then we got some much deeper ones here in the middle that you can use for whatever. It's enough to fit, clothing or whatever. And then we have a third one over here, which is about the same size as that one. We also have some bonus storage areas up here in the front, mostly for clothing or something like that. Over here we have USB power, which, let's see, there, that's on. Allows me to plug in my cell phones, better than having to run a cable from this thing up to here. So I just decided to put one next to my bed. Of course, I have a little reading light, which does double duty. Can use with the sitting area, or I could use up here with the sleeping area. And I have my Carframo fan, which is it's used a lot in boats. It's a very, very highly efficient fan. Draws hardly any power at all, but it pushes a lot of air around. One of the things you need in small spaces like this is lots of airflow. So between my internal vent, push-up vent, this fan, and then if you cracking the windows open, it gives plenty of air circulation. So that was one of the reasons for having so many fans and so many ways to circulate air. Okay, so now let's look at the sleeping area. So if you go to a Navy ship, if you're ever a sailor, the bunks on ships are 75 inches long by 25 inches wide by 18 inches overhead. This bunk is modeled after that. It's actually a little bit bigger. It's 72 inches long, so I'm a little short, so I'm okay with losing a few inches. It's got 32 inches of width, so it's a very, very wide, and it does have 18 inches overhead. However, this is a 6-inch mattress with a 2-inch topper, and then underneath I have the Frioli system, which is sort of a 2 inches worth of sort of box spring. So this, when you sit on it, kind of, slumps down quite a bit. So you probably get 20 inches overhead. I'm not going to lie to you, it's pretty cramped. However, you're only sleeping here, so I didn't want to take up a lot of space in the sleeping section of this.